Hey, good morning and happy Sunday. It is a beautiful day out here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest. It's about 58 degrees. It is cooling off. Fall is finally here. The leaves are changing, and one of the beautiful things about the area that I live in um, is that we celebrate these great falls. So pumpkin spice is about, but here in southern Indiana, the terrain is much different than the northern Indiana. It's where the glaciers came through and raised that. But down here, it's pretty hilly. So all the beautifulness that you see uh, going south all starts right about here. And so Morgan Monroe State Forest was 27,000 acres. There's the Hoosier National Forest right beside that, and right beside that is Yellowwood State Forest, and just on the other side, when we really start getting into some beautiful, uh, I don't want to use the word mountainous because it's not really mountains, but it's the foothills, um, where you got some great overlooks and the leaves and the colors and the fall. And man, I'll tell you what, all that stuff is here, and it's just starting. So some of the things I've done in the past, and I think I'll probably do it again this year. I've got a 360 camera, and I can mount it to the top of the truck, and I like to just drive around through the state forest and through Brown County, and just record it and just throw it up there. Actually, on my overlanding channel. And the nice thing about the 360 camera is you, the viewer, can actually spin the camera around. So it's not just a single point of view. I'll pin it to like what you see in front as I'm driving through, but you, the viewer, can take it with your mouse and you can scroll the camera around. You can look up, so you can see everything around. Just if you were sitting here in the truck riding along with me. So um, that is probably something I'm going to get queued up. Maybe not today, but um, here in the next week or two, we should be in full swing. And actually, I was just looking out. I don't know. We're swinging over here to the. Um, we're probably not going to see it, but of the hood, uh, we're already seeing leaves turn. So um, pretty cool. And actually, let me swing out here to the antenna cam. Um, not able to see anything yet. So uh, interesting. Today is hunting season. Something's going on. I don't know. Coming down here, every pull off along the way had multiple vehicles in it. So I'm sure we're doing something. But also, DNR conservation officers are here too. So I preemptively went ahead and just set up the DNR cam. In the past, they've come up accused me of flying drones because I've got computer stuff here and everything. So I figured we would just go ahead and get prepared for the interaction right off the bat. Uh, that's more humorous than anything else, but you never know. Might happen. So everything is going good. And real quick, just to go down through the line, Iron Bunny Chronicles. Uh, this is Robert. I got a chance to meet Robert down in Huntsville, Alabama, and he has dived into this hobby head first. And I don't think he's stopping. So I actually got an opportunity to talk with him last night on the air while I was doing a POTA activation. So that was cool. And then he did reach out to me and send me an email and tell me about 3 or 4 different things that he's really dived into with All Star. And oh gosh, Robert, help me out here in the chat. I remember you said you'd diving in head first with All Star, and there was something else, but you've also got System Fusion and DMR, something that you're working on too. So uh, good stuff. Good morning, Aaron. I've been seeing Aaron. Aaron must be on vacation. He's been doing a lot of POTA activations, and unfortunately, we're too close, even on 40 meters. Been trying to work him there. Um, good morning, Roger. Good morning, Steve. And this is our friend Dave from South Carolina. Last week I called. I said Frequency Frenzy. It's Frequency Frontiers is his YouTube channel and Instagram too. And I said Frequency Frenzy, so I got an email that told me I was not right. So I had to correct that. So I apologize, David. But and I tell you what, this is the beautiful thing. I met David two years ago. Well, 2 summers ago down in Huntsville. He was camping and he was there for the thing. I met him, got an opportunity to meet up with again and hang out this past year. And that's the beautiful thing about this hobby, and how social media has kind of linked it together. The traditional ham fest. One of the things, if you go back, if you're newer in there, you may not have had the opportunity to see it, but pre-COVID, and it was already starting to decline. Um, Pre-COVID, we still had a lot of smaller ham fests, and I think the radio side was kind of secondary to the social opportunity that people got to just sit and talk face to face, and getting to meet that person that you had the conversation with. As we've kind of shifted into more social media, and I see this too, not just in um, amateur radio, but if you think about high school class reunions, that's another one where I've really seen it. Um, at a certain age, as you get older and the further you get away from graduation, the obviously the number of people that are attending does reduce, due to death and stuff like that, or just the availability to go. Um, but I think back to my 5 year, my 10 year class reunion. It was pretty well attended. Um, but as more and more social media, Facebook, for example, Facebook's a good example of this, where people have come together. My high school has a class of 1989 graduation group, and we have a another thing that we pay for to manage like the profiles of all the people and stuff like that. But as that number of people have gotten into that, the less have shown up. And I think it's the same thing you've seen that in amateur radio too, with the ham fest and stuff. But um, I think it's starting to come back, and it may not be like a bunch of small ones, but the ones like Huntsville, where they have that close proximity of Monsanto State Park to the ham fest. We take over the mountain. I can't honestly tell you how many people came in camping that were there over the weekend that weren't part of the amateur radio event and didn't go into that and camping on the mountain, I would suggest that you reach out to the Alabama State Parks website and get your spot reserved now, because it is a big thing. And I think we're going to start to see more, maybe larger ham fest come around, geared to that, more that social interaction. I mean, it's great that we can do a live stream, and you see a handful of us that are regularly online, but you don't necessarily have an opportunity. It's not. I got Dave here, right? For example, Dave uh, can say good morning back and forth to each other in the chat, but they don't necessarily get to sit down together. So I really think that we're going to start to see that, and I hope that happens. So just continuing down through the list. Looks like we got Joe in the chat this morning. Joe from Georgia. Got a friend Cooley here. Cooley's a 3 hollers over neighbor of mine. He's down here in Greenfield. And Riley Festival's last day today here in Greenfield, Indiana. Steve says it's bow season, so which sounds about right. And Cooley says it's deer season, started on the 1st, so there we go. Not exactly hunter orange, and it just happened to be what was available. But one of the things I do want to make sure that I'm doing when I'm out here is not interfering. So I still activate a lot, 2-3 times a week here in the park, where I do it normally is away from people. So I have been trying to find areas that are like I'm up on a ridge. I don't think they're going to be doing too much hunting on the ridge itself, mainly because if they shoot something, they might have 100 to 150 feet of incline. They'd have to hump a deer up, and I don't think they're going to want to do that. So, who knows? Robert says digirig. You know what? And I got what I'll tell you what, I got one here too in the truck, and I absolutely love it. All right, still going down the list here. Good morning from Missouri, KE0MAD. Boy, I can get my glasses dialed in here a little bit. Chris, I have not gotten on a frequency yet, but if you're in Ohio, I'll start on 40 meters, so we have a better opportunity to work each other. So got Jonathan in the chat this morning, and Ron's in there. Says good morning from the South train. Just headed to South Bend Airport, or just left the South Bend Airport and heading to Chicago to activate 4107. Oh, you're on the South Shore line. That's actually kind of neat. When I take my kids up to Chicago, which doesn't happen too often anymore, but we would drive up to like Gary or somewhere along 65 and park in the South Shore parking lot, jump on the train, ride it into Chicago, so I didn't have to worry about parking or anything like that. And then there are several museums. Is a really cool thing. The Science Museum that's down in Bloomington, Indiana, is part of this consortium where if you have a membership with one, you can use that to gain entry into many of the other museums that are part of this consortium. And a bunch of the museums along the waterfront there in Chicago, the aquarium, things like that, are part of the thing, the Museum of Science and Industry and stuff. So it always makes for a great weekend trip where you can go up on a Friday night or Friday afternoon and spend a couple nights in Chicago and bounce around and go to some of the different museums and everything. And it's been pretty good. I got Lou in the chat. Good morning, Lou. From he's checking in. I believe he lives in Alabama. I'm assuming he's in Alabama right now. Said he got a worked a POTA station in Barbados. Cool. So and Chris. Good morning, Chris. So yesterday, one of the things that had popped up in my being out in the park, and I don't know, it's kind of been brewing in the back of my head. I've actually spoke with Mark from Boondock Echo because they're doing a lot of audio processing with AI and stuff like that. And oh, sorry, Huntsville is already booked up. Chris Bricker says so. If you are wanting to go, keep watching the website because occasionally people do they do release their reservation. And N5 TTT says Belton Ham Fest in Central Texas, best ham radio garage sale for miles. Yeah, Belton's another big one. I think that's another one. These regional ham fests where you can come in and camp. I saw Jason Ham Radio 2.0 and Dave KB5 UTY, the Mesh-tastic mesh dealer. We're camping out there. And Don got those Lime SDRs ready to go, Tim. And that's what I was kind of talking about last night. So I've noticed that over the last year or so, QRM is starting to become pretty prevalent again with ham radio, POTA activation, SOTA. People, the bands have really picked up, really picked up in activities. And with that is a series of people that, for whatever reason, don't like it. Last night I had a thing. This wasn't, I'm not going to say it was intentional QRM, but I had a POTA activator start activating a fairly loud station, 1 kc below me. And I got a little irritated about that. I mean, a lot of us, we post it in the sense of the spotting page. And, I kind of like it. Would it kill you to look at your damn phone? That's part of it. And so I had to move up. And then I'm operating from another frequency for about 15 minutes. And then, oh my God, I'm interfering with somebody's net that started after I was doing it. So people aren't really paying attention. That's the one. And then we've got a series of people that just for whatever reason, their medicine's off. I don't know. They feel the need to get in there and play music at 7,200, which, by the way, then if you notice, the FCC is starting to crack down on that. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Good morning. So Don became a member this morning. Awesome, Don. And it looks like Chris Bricker became a member also. Cooley became a member. Oh, okay. So sorry about that. Don. There we go. Don gifted 5 memberships, and Chris Bricker became one. I had to have a hard time reading that there. Cooley became a member. Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics, became a member. Leaf, KC5RHF became a member. Dave became a member. So awesome. Thank you, Don. Appreciate that. So where I was, man, I totally lost my Don. You made me lose my thought process there, but it's more of that. What I've noticed with this, and yeah, right, Eric, I'm all about it. I understand that sometimes they don't have cell signal and all this other stuff, but I kind of feel like they're just going. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm always open to there being an issue, but I would think if you're that close that you got to do it. But I also think to people people are starting to they I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like we gamify things and then people just go crazy. And for all I know, and I've worked POTA activators that sound like they're running 1500 watts of power, and they probably are. And I don't know why. I don't get, but a whole different story, right? I mean, if they're operating within their license things, that then so be it. But um, so I had talked to Mark from Boondock Echo a while back, and I was thinking about how can we do it. One of the things I've noticed, especially thinking about the people that do this QRMing, they've got to have, in order to be effective, they've got to have some money invested in this radio. You're not doing it with a Bofang. You're not doing it with a G90. You've got some time and money invested in this thing. What I have noticed, and I'm just going to go back. If you think about the hunt for Red October, right, and the acoustic signatures, the stuff that the Navy can do with sonar and being able to listen and type, and they get a little crazy, right? It's a certain sub and everything, and things like that. But what I do think is that I think that the the radio produces a unique audio signature. Um, and I think that if you get enough samples of that audio signature, that a computer could identify it and at least fingerprint it. I mean, we do this in IT, right? We fingerprint files all the time, and that's how um, virus signatures are created in scanning software. And they're looking at numbers. They're not looking at the file itself. And I think that kind of a technology could be brought to fingerprint those things. Now, I also think that um, people who have invested that lot of money, who haven't hit the brown liquor yet and started QRMing, are probably using their radios in some legitimate form throughout the day, and they are talking, and they're probably giving their call signs. So I started talking to Mark. I'm like, how do we create this database? How do we create these listening stations utilizing this data to scan the entire band? Like with my Flex radio, I get all 30 megs of the HF band that can be listened to at one time. You can see at the waterfall, and so I know there's other radios. There's ST DLRs, whatever the RTDS DLRs. They get about 6 megs, I think, of bandwidth, and but I think there's a way to do that. I don't know, and I kind of posed that to Mark last night when we were talking in the after chat before Josh had switched over. We got into a great conversation, and there was a bunch of people there that actually had some expertise in this, and they suggested using TDOA, or time difference of arrival, and that's actually a kind of a neat concept. And they worked it out. Josh had done something earlier with it a few months back, had actually done a video on it. But you could use Kiwi for the Kiwi SDR network, and it's actually got this built in where you can go and take a signal. You can select multiple SDRs. You need at least 3 of these things. There has to be a common time sync, though, and that's where this really gets into uh, the math. But if you get multiple fixed points, and I think I could probably share this. think. Oh, come on. So using object tracking and time, like I said, there's a ton of math in here. But oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Is there, I thought there was a, oh, oh, that's all math. I thought there was, oh, that might be too much. Look at me for not being ready for this thing. Maybe Wikipedia's got something. Well, the long and short is if you can take multiple listening stations that are synced with a common time sync, common time source, and all listen to the same frequency, and based on when they receive it and the time difference from each one of them would indicate a distance. And essentially what you're doing is triangulation at that point, and it's going to come back and give you an area that it thinks. And you can use a common time source like WWV or whatever it is, the clock thing, and that's a consistent, strong signal, and that's good. But I think the problem with that lies in it only will give you a location, right? A probable area. It doesn't tell you who the person is that's keying up the microphone. And if you just do a search on a zip code for ham radio operators in there, you might find 75 or 80, and maybe that'll get you in the right direction. But it doesn't correlate the sound, and that's kind of where I've been batting around that idea of how we could utilize technology to kind of track some of this down, and then come back and say, you know what, hey Bob, I know you're QRM, and here you go, and call them out a little bit more, and we'll see how that goes. Lou, would you be able to talk about that in an upcoming episode of the Ham Radio Kids Table? Not specifics to what you're doing at work, but the concept of TDOA. I think it's actually interesting kind of thing. And Eric, you're right. Extremely accurate clocks as well as precise coordinates of the receivers, and that's what we were talking about. Actually, a couple things came up. One was the Kiwi network, which already has that built in, and I'm sure there's going to be a degree of a margin of error that's in that, right? Once again, it'll get you into a general area. It might say that this is kind of coming from Tucson, Arizona, or something like that, but it isn't gonna lock you down under the to the house, at least in this wide of a span, right? If we're doing multiple stations across the Midwest or something like that, if we got that into a little bit smaller area, Lou says he wanted to get the PhDs on this one, and Lou, I'll reach out to you offline. But I just thought, but I do think from an audio acoustic ability to be able to funnel that data in and go that route and have it listen and fingerprint audio signatures of various radios and at least identify that. Um, I don't know if you could break it down and say that that's specifically a Yaesu 101D with this microphone and running on this amplifier. I don't think we could ever get that. Well, maybe you could, but I think that that may be a little much. But I do think that the audio itself, the background noise, the just the general audio signature that radio creates when it's transmitting uh, can be profiled, and I think that using a technology like Boondock Echo, at least some of the underpinnings of that, because they transcribe the audio from transmissions, but you could have it if it could identify a radio and then listen to the audio and transcribe it, and then pull out call signs and attach call signs to that audio signature. That's a big step in uh, convincing Bob before he gets into the brown liquor that maybe that leaving his radio on is not the best thing to do. So I don't know, just a thought. So that's where we're at today. It is Sunday, and I'm actually just looking out here on the lake. Once again, too far. There's a group of people fishing off the bank, and they're getting bites, which is good, right? It's fun. They're having fun. But you know what? Let's. Oh, Chris says, seeing all the math and other math related to things I want to do, I might need to get a math lab license. Those are not cheap. Chris, I got some thoughts on that one. Um, I think the VA. I think the VA might be able to help on that one. My thought is that there's probably a signature outside the vocal frequencies that could be pulled out and identified. Yeah, I agree, Nate. Yeah, there's a lot of noise going on, and I've noticed that in some of these, when you run amplifiers, it gets noisier, and that noise itself just gets amplified. So, um, I don't know. And so, because you might be right, but I don't think it's 10,000 people that are doing it. It's it's definitely so. So when you think about sideband, um, it's noise in a room. If you go into a conference hall and you've got 75 people talking at the same time, you have 75 people talking. It's just pure modulation in the air of our audio, our voice, right? Sideband works the exact same way. You strip out the carrier, you're just pushing pure modulation out over the air, um, offset by your carrier frequency that gets stripped out, and it's just noise. It's the other stuff that they do that inserts that carrier in there. That carrier has to say, for them to be effective in QRM, I mean, they have to not use a sideband mode. I said it out loud. I'm sure somebody, I doubt anybody that was in the brown liquor last night's up watching this thing. So not that overly concerned about it. So it's not the 10,000 710 users that I'm concerned about. I think it really is a small number of people that do that, and I think they get their jollies, most of them watching watching the POTA spotting page, looking for people that are out, or they're just spinning the dial watching I don't know, maybe they don't even go that far. They just watch their SDR or their waterfall and um, see that people are they're just getting crazy. So without getting into a whole lot of detail, Lou and I've got some common background together, and although I didn't do what he did, I sat next to the people that did what he did, and yeah, there's some interesting things that they can do about fingerprinting very specific radars and stuff like that, and some of my thought process is coming from that, but no big deal. Hey, let's get on our air, and we'll start with let's bring some stuff in. I think I was going to do that. There we go. Sorry, couldn't find my logging software. All right, let's go find a frequency. So I'm going to start on 20 meters here. See if we can get the people a little bit closer to Indiana. Yes. You can tell it's cold out. The antenna's moving slower this morning. All right. So what I do this. I usually drop a frequency in on the band. I like 7200 to get in there, just so I can take a look at the spots. I try to avoid at least other POTA activators, so I don't interfere with them. And I get it. Not everybody has internet access. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. See? Case in point. There you go. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Kilo Echo 6, Golf Alpha Echo. Dave, good morning, 5-9. All right, thank you for 5-7 into Missouri, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Kilo 4 Hotel November Hotel. Lou, good morning. You're about a 5-2-52.
pink wanders into the room, I'll put her on here. So.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great day today. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
November 7, Hotel India.
November 7, Hotel India. Scott, good morning, 5-9.
QSL, I have you as a 5-8 into Southwest Missouri. Mike Oscar.
I copied 5-8 into Missouri this morning. Have a great day today in 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Alpha Echo 4 Golf Whiskey.
Alpha Echo 4 Golf Whiskey. Greg, good morning, 5-9.
Roger, 5-9. Have you a 5-7 into Tennessee this morning, QSL.
Copy the 5-7 into Tennessee, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
Hey, thanks for being out there and have a great day, 73.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Whiskey.
The Whiskey 8 station.
Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Whiskey.
Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Whiskey. Jeremy, good morning, 5-9.
Good morning. I hear you and see you on YouTube. Thanks for being out there, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great day today. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo Alpha 9, Quebec.
Kilo Alpha 9, Quebec Zulu Golf. Cooley, good evening. Good evening. Good morning. 5-5, 55.
Good morning to you, Tim. You're 5-5 as well. 73.
All right, 73 from across the holler, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo 9, India Charlie Papa, Romeo Yankee.
Was that Kilo 9 India Charlie Papa?
Roger, Kilo 9, India Charlie Papa, 5-5 Indiana.
Hey, Bruce, good morning. Copy the 5-5. You're also 5-5 from down I-69 there.
Roger, thank you, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Was there a station ending in Yankee? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Quebec 4, Charlie Romeo Yankee.
Kilo Quebec 4, Charlie Romeo Yankee Pink. Good morning, 5-9.
Thank you. You are 5-5 in northern Alabama.
All right, thank you for 5-5 in Alabama. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango.
November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Good morning, 5-9. Hey, Don, November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango, 5-9. November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Don, good morning, 5-9. All right, nothing heard. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Hotel, over.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Hotel. Terry, good morning, 5-9 plus.
QSL, got you 5-7, Whiskey Victor, over.
Copy the 5-7 into West Virginia, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
73, my friend. Have a great activation.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Yeah, this is November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. I'm going to try it one more time, Tim.
November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Don, you're 5-9.
Yeah, Tim, I got you about a 5-1 here in Texas.
Hey, Don, thank you for the 5-1 into Texas, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. Tell you what, let's go ahead and bounce over to 20. Moved a little bit faster coming down. Gravity was on its side. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. It does sound like somebody's kind of in there. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. So, Eric, how does that? I suppose you're collecting those DXCCs with your new call sign. Is that how that's working? Or your local call sign? Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Station ending Golf Whiskey.
Whiskey 4, Oscar, Golf Whiskey. Good morning, Tim. Got 259 here in Eastern Virginia.
Hey, good morning, George. I copied the 59. You're also 59 in the park today.
73, Tim. Have a great one.
All right, thank you. Have a great morning. 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 5, Golf India.
Whiskey 5, Golf India. Jonathan, good morning. 59.
You are 59 into Massachusetts, Mike Alpha. Thanks for the stream and for activating.
All righty. Thank you, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango.
November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Don, good morning. 59 on the new band.
Yeah, QSL, I've got you at 5 and 7 now on 20 meters. 73, and good luck, Tim.
All righty. Thank you, Don. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Hear that? Huh. See, there, yeah, you can hear it there. It doesn't take long for somebody. Apparently, somebody's still on the brown liquor from last night. But that's okay. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. I noticed my spot just showed up. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Wow.
Kilo Bravo 5, Uniform Tango Yankee.
Kilo Bravo 5, Uniform Tango Yankee, the mesh dealer. How you doing, Dave? Kilo Bravo 5, Uniform Tango Yankee 59. Thanks, Don. We'll see you, Chris. Have a good day today. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QRT. All right. Well, yes and no, up and down, not a big deal. Made 13 contacts. And of course, 10 of those were on 40 meters. Had a good run on there. 20 meters, got 3 contacts. I probably should have spent a little less time jibber jabbing. Jibber jabber. Way too much jibber jabber out of my mouth. But yeah, nonetheless, it still worked as a successful activation. Dave, I saw that you were in the chat. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, actually. I heard you and lost you. Yeah, and unfortunately that happens sometimes in radio. And not a big deal, but I definitely heard you there. And good thing. And that's the fun part of doing all this. Lou says, I can't hear Tim, only the YL net taking check-ins from all dudes. Yeah, yeah, I got it. The YL net, but nets could be a whole different topic of a whole nother live stream. And I don't know. I'm not necessarily down with the nets per se, but that's how I like to operate. I do say that there are some nets out there, Maritime Mobile Net, that I don't understand. Um, I I get that you want to have a net. I get it, but um, listening to 5 people talk about their weather reports in the central United States, um, I don't think falls within the charter of the what they claim it to be, and that's cool. That's fine. If you want to have a net, have a net, have at it. But as a person who has sailed most of the world, um, I've never wanted to fall back to amateur radio as a fallback um, when I'm out in the middle of the ocean. Um, just a thought. I've seen ships sink. It's not a pretty sight, and um, dialing up 14.300 and getting through that is not the where I want my emergency message to go. Just saying, as a sailor who's done that. Um, but yeah, so where'd it go? Where'd it go? On the screen. There we go. Sorry about that. Um, Got too much stuff going on. Ham Church is coming up here in a few minutes, so we're going to get out of here. Quick breakdown of the map today and what we got. As far as the Northeast up there in Massachusetts from Indiana, blue dots are the 40 meters, red dots are 20 meters. So not bad. I did work Don on two bands. So see if I click on the dot here. I guess it just showed me the 40 meter contact. I did see somebody mentioned they like Polo because it brings up the preferred name. And I'll see if that's in here. We'll just use mine. Oh. Now I've changed mine. My name is Timothy, and my license originally said Timothy. I did change it to Tim, but to that point, yeah, you can put in a preferred name, and that comes across, and I like that. Lou's got his name highlighted here instead of his full name. Same thing, David. KE68GEA Hillbilly Ham. It's got his preferred name in there, and I like that. That's kind of nice. So good stuff. Well, I'll get those uploaded, and we'll go from there. Once again, it is 10 o'clock. Ham Church is there. They're going to tell you if you slide into the back of the pews there, you're gonna have to pay the piper one way or another. So I will get you out of here so you can get there. Have a great day, guys. Appreciate you being here, and we will see you next Sunday morning. And I think maybe Jason's back live streaming tonight. Ham Radio 2.0, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. So take care, guys. 73.